This just in to CBS Sports HQ. The Philadelphia 76ers have ended trade talks surrounding 10-time All-Star James Harden and will remain with the team for the start of next season. That's the latest from our Bill Reiter. Harden has made it known that he wants out of Philly and opted into his $35 million player extension with the intentions of being traded. The Sixers previously had conversations with the Clippers, Harden's preferred destination, but no trade has materialized. You can look at here, James Harden, his contract situation, exercised that $35.6 million player option for next season. That was a couple of months ago. Has a 15% trade kicker there, will receive about $5.5 million from the Sixers there. Cannot sign an extension with the Sixers or any other team. And the Beard will be an unrestricted free agent next summer of 2024. Let's go ahead and bring in our CBS Sports NBA insider. There he is, Bill Reiter. He is Reiter than you. So looks like James Harden, Bill, is going to stick with the Sixers this year. Wanted to get traded. We heard about the Clippers. Also, there were some rumors and some innuendo out there about the Houston Rockets as well, the team that he played with before he got to Philly as well earlier in his career. What's the latest that you've been hearing here with James Harden? Why is he going to stay here? What's the biggest reason why they will not find and could not find a trade partner?
Larry, I think there's a couple things going on here. First, I think it is at least in part, a negotiating tool by Daryl Morey, who runs basketball operations for the Sixers. As I understand it, they would still, despite the news, be willing to trade Harden if they got the right return. But the report is accurate, and the truth of this situation may be different than what's going on in Portland, is that this Philly team does believe, this front office does believe they're a championship contender as they're currently constructed. They have been very forthright, as I understand it, with James Harden, with other teams, including the Clippers, who they've talked to for the last few months, that they expect a return that does not take away their window, their championship window as they perceive it this year. So if they can't get the right return, yes, they're going to be willing to keep Harden around. And I think some of this is a threat to him. I'm told they understand he's going to be unhappy. He's going to be put out. It's going to be awkward at camp. It'll certainly be awkward if he's still on the team when we get to the regular season in October. But Daryl Morey, like Joe Cronin to a degree in Portland, believes he has to play hardball and cannot give away what is a championship window without the right return.
Yeah, and Bill, you look at what they went through just recently here with Ben Simmons, and you talked about Daryl Morey, and that's the problem there. He's got an issue with Daryl Morey. Of course, he wanted his money, wanted a longer-term extension. So what's next for James Harden? Well, he'll start the season here. Do you expect him to end the season with Philly? Will he play the entire 2023-24 season, or do you think he'll be dealt at some point, especially about the trade deadline next February?
I think he'll be dealt there, and I think he could still be dealt before the start of the year. Look, I like Daryl Morey, and if he sees this, he probably won't appreciate it. But Daryl is not afraid sometimes to give news or put things out there to the people around him that turn out, how do I say this, not to be entirely accurate. Part of the news dissemination game is trying to leverage other people and float some trial balloons. Everything I've heard from outside of Philadelphia is people think Harden will be moved on. It isn't going to be an easy process. So, no, I don't believe Harden is a lock to be in Philly for the remainder of the year. I do think that they're going to play hardball. I think that's real. And my guess is they're going to get a better price eventually for Harden, either before the regular season or at some point before the trade deadline, and he'll move on. But I'll say this. There's a lot of change going on in front offices, Larry, on how GMs view things and what they're willing to give up. The days of players forcing their way to specific organizations and not getting the right return is, I think, coming to an end, because GMs understand now if they make that mistake, if they allow themselves to be leveraged, they are not going to get the benefit of the doubt from their owners and their own careers, or at least their jobs will be in jeopardy as a result.
Yeah, we'll see how it shakes out. You got James Harden there. You also got Joel Embiid. They're a championship-level team, although can't get past that second round here the last few seasons. We'll see what happened with the Sixers as they hold on to James Harden for now, heading into the 2023-2024 season. He is Bill Reiter, CBS Sports NBA Insider. Bill, thank you. Enjoy your weekend, buddy.